Coach, have you ever been involved in a game where there were so many missed opportunities for both football teams?
No. I mean, it certainly, I've never tied in my life. So it feels strange for sure, but I know it sure as hell doesn't feel like we won. That's what I can tell you. And just so many opportunities we had out there. We just missed that one game-breaking play there at the end, and there were some things from both sides, all three phases really, that were positive. It was just no game-changing moment there that took that game over for us.
What do you do at the right guard position? Fred struggled. You put Billy in there. Billy struggled. I mean, that's a real problem area. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out, and that's something we'll keep evaluating.
Zach, Joe Burrow was sacked 18 times and hit a lot more. Can your quarterback withstand all those hits throughout a 16-game season?
How many sacks?
8.
8, okay. I thought you said 18.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to win the football game. That's the bottom line. But it does come from, we can't just have a free runner, a 3 technique, just come clean every single time. That's something we got to fix right away. And I don't care what play you call, you're going to have problems when you just can't block a guy for a second. And so that part is frustrating. So we just got to continue to improve and give ourselves a better chance to win.
Were you as aggressive as you'd like to have been the last 2 minutes defensively of each half? Were you in what you wanted to be in?
I would say at the end of the first half, we kicked the ball out of bounds, gave him the ball at the 40 right away. And then the first run got him down to the 40, if I'm not mistaken. And so right away, you're putting yourself in a tough spot. And then they hit us on that whole shot in the disguise coverage we had there. So, I certainly wouldn't say those first 2 plays, starting with the kickoff and starting with the first play, were what we wanted. And then at the end of the game, it feels like that I got to go back and I'll be honest with you, at the end of the fourth quarter, I got to go back and watch again because it feels like the end of the game was that overtime right there. We had so many drives. So, it's just, again, we didn't quite make that play when we needed it to go win the game for us.
Zach, what happened on that last play of the first half? It looked like you called timeout, and did you change defenses, or what happened there on that touchdown pass at the end of the half?
We wanted to see what they were in and call timeout.
Zach, when you have a young team that's not accustomed to winning at this level, how much of winning is simply believing that you can?
I don't think that we lack that. We just need to see it done and create that momentum for ourselves. And so, we got guys in here who have won a ton over the course of their life. We just haven't done it with this group together. And as you see, we got plenty of close calls, but none of them feel better than the other one. I can promise you that. So we just got to get it done and create that momentum for ourselves, and then let it steamroll from there.
At one point, you had 4 straight scoring drives, and then had 21 yards the rest of the game. What went wrong after that?
Yeah, that's probably where we got a lot of the protection issues at that point. And there's also a ton of close calls in the pass game. I can think of probably 4 of them off the top of my head where we just got to make a play. We're right there, and someone's just got to step up and make that play, and it's going to be a potentially explosive play that maybe puts us in scoring position and helps us win the game.
On the game-tying drive that they had, there were 2 critical pass interference penalties. Is it just guys, getting maybe a little bit too I don't want to get beaten, so I'm getting too handsy here? I mean, they were critical, both of those pass interference calls.
Yeah, I can't speak to what the DBs were thinking on those. I know one of the guys kind of came off on a double move or a wheel route or something on their sidelines. And so sometimes when you maybe put your eyes back to the quarterback and you feel that, you give a little tug there. But we'll have to go back and see those.
Zach, how does this performance from Joe Burrow kind of stack up against his previous 2 ones so far this year?
I don't think it's important to compare previous. I mean, he gives us a chance to win. He's hanging in there, trying to hold the ball until the last second to let those guys create some separation, get the ball down the field.
Zach, you go +2 in the turnover department, which was a goal. Didn't lose the football game, didn't win it either. That has to be disappointing.
Yeah, that is disappointing. We finally stepped up and got some turnovers. Defense had some really, really good moments. Obviously there was some times at the end of the half that you guys mentioned there, but they put us in some position where we can just finish those drives on offense, then we'd be in much better shape.
Zach, obviously it was a big spot for T. Higgins today, getting 2 touchdowns and really showing up big time for you guys in a lot of spots. What did you see from him, and how impressed were you with what he did today?
Yeah, T's been playing pro football now for 6 weeks, and he's just getting better and better every single day. He missed the first part of training camp, and Now he's starting to get his legs back under him, and he's got the confidence of our whole group. And he went out there and made some big plays for us.
Guys, two more minutes with Coach here.
Coach, what was the reasoning behind making Ross inactive?
We got a lot of receivers, and that's not going to be an easy decision every week.
Coach, the running game, Joe Mixon still, you haven't been able to get him going. You haven't been able to get him off to get the balance that you're looking for. It has to be a frustration.
It is, and we knew we were going to have to get the ball in the perimeter against these guys. They got a really stout front, as good as we're going to face this year, and so they don't make it easy for you to run the ball. And so, again, that's not what we want from our run game. There's no question about that. We got to do a better job there.
Jack, you had a couple of third and mids where you ran across to AJ. Both of them ended up short of the sticks. Is that something where they played it differently than you thought of, or AJ needs to get more separation, or what do you think happened on those two play calls?
Yeah, we got to be detailed. Got to be really detailed.
Last question for Coach. Last question. Sorry, Doc. Go ahead.
The offense seemed to be a lot more aggressive on that 2-minute drill at the end of the first half, Zach. Was that by design simply because of the time factor, or did you decide we've got to start attacking this a little more?
Well, that's usually just our 2-minute mindset in general. We always feel like we can come away with points right before the half. And, even the last play of the half, when we end up taking a sack, we're on the minus 40, and we feel good about the guys. We got a receiver. We're in a max protection. Just even being able to get the chance to put a ball up, and maybe we make a great play, or maybe they get DPI and we can go kick a field goal. So if we feel like there's any opportunity on the field for us to go score points, then we're going to go do it.